events such as the past, the present, the future, and seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall. You got a season of ups and you have a season of downs. You have a season of chrono time and you got a season of kairos time. And we know that those are the measurements that we view time. And then it's the measurement that God views time. Right. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it tells us that there is a time for everything. Yes. Yes. A time to live, yes. A time to die, yes. A time to laugh, and a time to cry. Yes. It is a time to plant, and it is a time to pluck up. Yes. Our scripture lesson today is talking about a time to cast nets. Casting means to throw forcibly in a specific direction, to give off, to send out, all of which are actions. Stay with me, because I am going somewhere. It may not seem like it, but I'm going somewhere with this. I just need a little time to build this story up. I need you to think about this scene that we're talking about in Luke chapter 5. See, the disciples had been fishing all night. I mean, they had been fishing all night. And it said, I'm not a fisherman, but they say that the fish bite better at night. And so they had been fishing all night, but they did not catch not one fish. Jesus had been preaching all throughout Galilee to the point that he had built up a pretty good crowd, a pretty good multitude. But how do you know sometimes you want to get away from the crowd, you want a little rest. And so in his way of trying to get away from the crowd, he drew another crowd. And so instead of him saying, okay, I got this gift, I'm not going to share this gift, he went ahead and did what he was supposed to do. He sat upon one of the boats and he began to preach to the people. This multitude of people followed him willingly. They followed him up and down, round and about the city of Galilee. Peter and a few of his disciples, they were out there fishing, of course, and then they knew that it was time to draw their nets in because they had not caught anything all night. And by this time, it was daytime, and they were cleaning their nets, and they were about to bring it in. They were about to throw in the towel. They were about to say, we give up. We'll just try again another time. All right. But how many of y'all know that Jesus showed up? Jesus showed up. Yes, sir. And he told them, he said, I've been watching you all night long, struggling. That's just like some of us. He's been watching us all night long, struggling, day after day, night after night, year after year, struggling. Can't get it together. So he called out to him and he said, I've been watching you, praying and crying and praying. I've been watching you. So I'm going to give you a little tip. He said, why don't you launch out into the deep? You see, when you launch out into the deep, it's unfamiliar. When you launch out into the deep, it's not so shallow. You don't see it at the shallow part. See, at the deep, it's some uncertainty there. See, in the deep, you don't know what's out there. You don't know what you might catch in the deep. But Jesus told them to cast their nets out into the deep. Launch out into the deep end and cast your nets on the right side of the boat. On the right side of the boat. You know, it's something about that right side. It's something about that right side. That right side is divine order. That right side means divine order because that's what Jesus is sitting on the right side. So he told him, I promise you, if you cast your nets on the right side and you launch out into the deep, you're going to catch plenty of fish. I can see Peter and I can probably hear Peter. He probably saying, you know, Lord, we done toiled all night. We've been out here all night and you want us to cast our nets again? We're getting ready to pack up. That's just like some of us. We get ready to pack up too quick. Some of us, we get ready to throw in the towel too quick. We're right on the edge of our breakthrough, but we get ready to pack it in too quick. weren't ready. They weren't ready to give up themselves. They weren't ready to give up their life. They weren't ready to give up what they knew. They wasn't ready to walk on that side of uncertainty.
That's it.
I read that although they didn't follow him then, they were watching. They were watching Jesus. And they're just like some of us. We ain't ready to give up the world. We toss to and fro. We come to church and we come to Bible study and we get a little bit of Jesus, but we got a hand on the word.
That's a good word right there.
They were watching Jesus. They had been hearing about all the miracles that he had been performing. They had been watching how Jesus had cast the demons out of people. They had been watching. But it wasn't until this moment, until this time, this season, that they decided, that Peter decided. See, this was all about Peter right here, y'all. This was about Peter because Peter was getting ready to get his assignment, but he just didn't even know it. Some of us are getting our assignments and we don't even recognize it. We don't even know. So they had been hearing about what all Jesus had been doing, and Peter's mother-in-law had been healed by Jesus, but he still wasn't ready. He wasn't convinced that it was the time to give up his time, his net, his job. He wasn't ready. But y'all know this moment, this opportunity was hitting on Peter's fellow ground in his heart. If I can hear his heart beating, if I can hear his heart talking to him, he was probably saying, Peter, it's time. You can trust him. Peter, it's time. You can trust him. Sister Lena, it's time. You can trust him. Sister Tamika, it's time. You can trust him. It's time for us to cast our nets of whatever God is calling us to do. It's time for us to stop being so scared, so afraid. God didn't give us that spirit of fear. He gave us power, love, and a sound mind. So have you ever had your heart been tugging? God been knocking. You know when God is talking and he wants you to listen, but you say, not now, God, not now. So he has to bring this into your life. This got to happen, that got to happen. For you to see it, for you to realize it. So it wasn't until this moment, when God saw their lives, he touched their lives personally. And sometimes it takes a sign, and sometimes it takes God to touch our life. It can happen over there, and we can see it happening. We can see God do it over there. But when it happened in our life,
Thank you.
our time is not God's time. See, his timing started long before we entered into our mother's womb. He knew about this day. He knew who would be here. He knew who would not. See, Peter thought that casting his net was just about catching fish. But he didn't know that decision that he was getting ready to make was going to touch the rest of his life. Some of us are waiting. We're at the crossroads, waiting. And don't you think there's nobody else waiting and watching you too? Because you're waiting, you're watching, you're motivating others. See, sometimes you sew other people up because you're waiting. It's time to catch your nets. I say it's time to catch your net. Your net may not be like Peter's. See, they had been fishing all night, and you know the night represents our night season. You know it represents our unfruitfulness, our hopefulness, the times of despair. But how many of y'all know that joy cometh in the morning? How many of y'all know that joy cometh in the morning? See, they didn't know that their joy was on the other side of that shore. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. Our faith activates God. In other words, it moves God. When we activate our faith, even though it's rocky, shaking, and uncertain and unfamiliar, it motivates others that may be watching you. In verse number 5, it says, at the word of Jesus, Peter obeyed. He let down his net on the right side, and when he pulled up the net, it was so full, he needed someone to help him bring it all in. You see, when you cast your net in God's timing, his bidding and his voice, your net will be full too. In Malachi 3:10, it says he will open up a window of heaven and pour out a blessing that you won't even have room enough to receive. And you won't have to worry about losing or your haters, because in the next verse he says he will rebuke the devourer for our sake. And on that day. He got his purpose to become a fisher of men. He would become a soul winner for Christ. Are you one of God's soul winners? Are you a soul winner for Christ on today? I bet you're wondering, how can I cast my net? Well, maybe you got to be available.
That's right.
You got to make yourself available. My pastor always says that you got to get in the way. You got to be in the right place at the right time. Those actions will let the Lord know that you're hungry and you're thirsting after his righteousness. See, God's timing will set the pattern for your ensured success. Secondly, you got to be obedient. When the Lord speaks, you got to listen. When he say move, you got to move. Nothing is more worse than operating outside of your season. Lastly, you got to be humble. Peter knew that miracle was not because of his might and his power, but it was by the Holy Spirit. We got to know that we can't do nothing without God. All of our efforts would fail if it wasn't for God. The songwriter says that we would be like a ship without a sail. Just think about if Jesus decided he didn't want to cast his net and go to the cross. Think about if he didn't want to give up his life for our sins and your sins and my sins. Just think about if he didn't cast his net.
Thank you, Jesus.
But just know that when he died, he got up.
He got up.
Which way to go, which way to turn. Some of you may come by letter, baptism, or your Christian experience. Some of you may want to come this morning for some prayer. But whatever your need, come down to the altar at this time. We offer Christ to you. Oh, my sister and my brother. We offer Christ to you on today. We offer Christ to you. If there will be no one, you may be seated. And we would like to call the deacons up and Brother Cole up for the offering. Let us not get quiet, because this is a part of service. This is a part where we can give back to God what he has given us. It's a part to sow a seed, and I can tell you that this is fertile ground. Sow a seed in a ministry that's going somewhere. Sow a seed in a ministry that's about ministry. In the name of Jesus, sow a seed. Whatever you have purposed in your heart on today. You can come as you will.